Wow.
It took a long time for them to come for me.
Wow, he just came out right out of the gate.
Yeah, bro, we're in the middle, like, you know that this is my favorite part of all the games. Where, like, everything leading up to, like, the last chapter is, like, is whatever, and then the last chapter is, like, my favorite part.
I didn't know that.
You didn't?
No.
Oh. That's why I usually, like, zone the fuck in the last, like, 2 or 3 chapters. Because it's when, like, everything comes to the head.
Gotcha.
Or comes to a head. I had to wait until the following morning. I opened the gate without checking who was ringing the doorbell. I didn't even care who it was. If it was the police, that'd be fine with me. If it was Kei-chan, could he defeat me?
There they are.
I hate his sprites so much.
I love them.
Keiichi and Rina were there. Well, this is unusual. Aren't you two going to school?
We stayed home today.
Kei-chan is one thing, but you two, Rina? You two are such troublemakers. I laughed. Well, let's not just stand here. Come on in. I didn't think Rina would come. I thought it would be either the police or Kei-chan alone. I'll try tricking Keiichi into coming with me to the underground storehouse.
Interesting. Why you just...
What?
He's a K-chan.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh. Interesting that it changed, because it was Keiichi and now it's Kei-chan.
Yeah.
Mion LARP?
Lol.
Rena, why don't you try figuring out what I'm attempting to do and stop me? You too, Kei-chan. If you figured out I was Shion, why don't you figure out the rest? I will act like a demon. I will struggle until the very last moment, so don't hold back. Please don't hesitate to kill a filthy demon like me. It's almost like she won her humanity back, and that's when she starts calling him Kei-chan again.
Interesting.
Because,
But she's a demon.
well, she's in this weird demon LARP phase right now, you know?
True.
Well, because before she went batshit, she called him Kei-chan. And then when she went batshit, and he was her bait, she called him Keiichi. And then when he stopped being her bait, she now called him Kei-chan again. Because as soon as he figured out who she was, he stopped being her bait, so she started calling him Kei-chan again.
Interesting.
No bitches? Thoughts?
I don't know what that is. It sounds like thunder, but it... The nuke finally go off?
I guess so.
Oh, is it the AC?
No. My vent doesn't make that noise.
Well, it's not bright enough for it to... It'd be day if there was a nuke. Lol.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously.
Could you imagine if
Taking my jokes seriously.
my last words are Mion? I just go, Mion, and then we get eviscerated.
Oh, look, it stopped already. We'll be fine.
Gorp?
We're far enough out of Atlanta that we wouldn't be like...
True. We have to go closer.
Where do you think it would hit dead center of Atlanta or like Forsyth or some shit? Some stupid shit like that.
Are they aiming it for Georgia specifically or just the U.S.?
Like, I mean, you target big cities, right? Like, well, if...
Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be on Atlanta.
Just like in dead center?
Yeah, like dead center, like right on the airport.
Cool.
And then New York. L.A.
Well, I mean, Atlanta wouldn't be the first, but like... Why is our airport like the busiest airport?
You know why? It's because
like,
of where it's geographically located.
Yeah, because it's...
Yeah.
Just in the middle of everything?
Yep, it's geographically in the middle of like all airplane routes.
Yeah.
Mion, first, I have something to apologize for. You do? What for? Well, on the night of the Watanagashi, the ritual storehouse behind the shrine, I went in there.
Its role as a top gateway to Florida.
Yeah. I didn't expect this to start with an apology.
Busiest market ranked by seat capacity is Orlando.
Interesting. I'm gonna be in that airport next week. Okay, so he admitted the sin of entering the ritual storehouse. I guess that was manly of him. I don't even care if the storehouse is forbidden anymore. Whatever. The rule came from those who believed it was even a sacred place at all.
Mion, you called Rika-chan and Sadako the day before last, didn't you?
I don't remember doing so. If you have a reason to think so, could you let me hear it?
It was evening before dinner time. Rika-chan should have come here, bring a big bottle of soy sauce, to have you share some with her.
Rena spoke with confidence. She wasn't even trying to gauge my reaction. She was simply telling me the truth. That cleverness was very pleasant to see. Why do you think that?
It's not hard to understand, Me-chan. You saw it too, didn't you? Rika-chan's room. There was chilled tofu, but no soy sauce. Plus, the big bottle of soy sauce that should have been found under the sink was nowhere to be found.
Based, Rena?
That should have been under the sink.
What? Is that why she would have come here? Rena sure is sharp. I tried to beat around the bush, but she was confident in her conclusion.
Oh yeah, you gotta find where I re-recorded a line, because I had to re-record a line for Watanagashi.
Eh?
Yeah.
She was cornering me. She was doing a great job, too.
It was a Rena line, too.
Oh, shit.
It was that bad. I don't remember why, but it was that bad.
It really put me at ease. Okay, demon. Rena knows what she's talking about. What kind of excuse are you gonna come up with now?
It's a long explanation, so I'll get to the point. The contents of that refrigerator provided a vivid account of what you said over the phone when you lured her out.
There it is. This game is over. Rena, I was right about you. I don't like you. You really are just too sharp. Shion is so obtuse that she never even recognized this side of you.
Fully internally shifted to Mion and she
Yes.
referring to herself as Mion.
Yes. That's... I had no idea I had an incredible detective next to me the whole time.
Such an incredible.
I can't believe you figured everything out, down to the phone conversation, just from what was inside of the fridge. You've got me there. You've got me there. I laughed like crazy. I laughed because I was having so much fun. I sensed the position inside of my stomach.
Position?
I sensed the poison inside of my stomach dissipating and felt free and refreshed.
Damn,
Mion.
KG. I think it's just purple eyes. That's what's fucky.
Burple.
They're just gray in the eyes, right?
Look it out. He looks kinda tough here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mion, you stepped on my toes, you silly goose. This is, you killed my friends and I'm gonna have you murdered for it.
Mion, the police have suspected you a long time now.
Yeah.
That's what that face means.
Mion,
the police have suspected you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you understand. Mion, the police have suspected you for a long time now. Oishi-san's officers had the house under observation so that they could break in at any time.
Kei-chan was threatening me. He was telling me I couldn't run or resist, so I should just surrender and accept my fate.
It's so strange hearing you voice him and then seeing him at the same time. It's actually still so strange.
It's kind of fucked up. You aren't doing that intensely enough, Kei-chan. Shouldn't you grab my collar and knock me to the ground? Today is the day I'm prepared to die. After that, they went easy. Because they just wanted to know the reason why Mion committed such crimes. You're all being too lenient about this. I'm a demon. I'm a murderer. Are you saying that if you can understand the reasoning, murder is okay? A demon is a demon. A murderer is a murderer. Whether their motive is to have fun, to live, or to take revenge, that makes no difference. Why do you even want to know that? Why don't you just tackle me and take me to the police? Look there. The demon is trying to deceive you. It's a pleasure to meet you both. I am the successor of the Sonozaki family, Mion. welcome to the Sonozaki family house today. I'd like to greet you on behalf of our leader, Audio. You seem to want to ask various questions. I'd like to answer everything as clearly as possible. I then told them about the strange events that led to the Onigafuchi village becoming Hinamizawa, which Takano-san had told me about before. Half of it was the truth, and the other half was completely made up. I just made it sound like it was only natural their best friend committed such a gruesome crime. Keiichi and Rina were both overwhelmed by the history of Onigafuchi village, which was swallowed by this gloomy fate. Oh well. I guess I made it sound interesting enough. I'm sure they enjoyed hearing me tell the story. But you know, I'm the only one who committed the incidents that happened in the present time. What was the point in listening to those old folktales? Are you thinking it'll make your best friend's crimes easier to swallow? You're just trying to satisfy yourselves. I'm a demon. I'm a murderer. I have sinned. These old folktales have nothing to do with crimes I've committed. The way those two listened to me so intensely almost made it fun. I told them that people used to make canned human meat and conducted gruesome research during the war. Those were things Takano-san told me. Hey, you two. Haven't you realized yet? Haven't you realized what I'm talking about has nothing to do with what we're dealing with right now? You both look so serious. You two are such fools.
Yeah, Connor, you're such a fool taking everything beyond serious.
My bad, guys. Shit. That's on me, man.
Well, fucking Ryukishi played you like a fucking diddle.
I'll learn next time, man.
Uh-huh.
I'll just not trust anything he ever says again for the rest of this series.
Yeah. Visual gag again.
So that Hinamizawa village might once more be like Onigafuchi village. So that way we may again be a sacred existence, worthy of worship. That's the mission of those who inherit the demon of the Sonozaki main family.
Those who inherit the demon.
For generations, the Sonozaki family had a custom of including the character for demon in the names of its successors. If you write out my name on your hand, it should appear plain as day. Keiichi tried to write Mion on his palm.
Oh, she's right. The character for demon is in there.
Not only in my name, either. The demon is engraved on my body as well. I stood up and made to show my bare back. Of course, I don't actually have a tattoo there.
It's okay, Mi-chan. You don't need to show us, okay?
Ruined everything. Rena, come on.
But if Rina would have let her show it, they would have known immediately that this is Shion and not
That's
me.
why she was doing it too. It's like, I want you to know it's actually not me. By the way, haha. Oh wait. Thanks, Rena. Good job. Ruined. Welcome to the answer arc.
That's unfortunate, man.
Thank you. I laughed a little. They must really believe that I'm their best friend Mion. My goodness. The demon is won already. They were doing so well at the beginning, too. I eventually sat back down after I finished my made-up tearjerker stories. It's your loss if you all shed any tears now. I looked at Keiichi. He wasn't crying, but he was overcome by emotion. I looked at Rina. Surprisingly, she still maintained an aggressive look, showing me her will to fight.
But Rika-chan, Sadako-chan, you killed them, didn't you, Mi-chan?
You're good, Rina. You know what I just told you isn't an excuse for murder. You usually act like such a goofball, but that's not really how you are. You sure are something. You're far sharper than Shion.
I'm not saying it's okay if you killed other people. Regardless, Mi-chan, you killed Rika-chan and Sadako-chan.
I'm not trying to justify what I've done. I have a demon inside me. The demon's in my name, in my body, and also in my soul. But the demon wasn't the one who killed them. I did. Sonozaki Mion did. Rika-chan and Sadako died because Mion wanted them dead. That will never change. You're right, Rina. Come on, Rina. Try to figure out who I really am. You still believe Shion, my victim, is the real culprit. Poor Shion. I'm making Rina believe that you're responsible. That was it for Rina, though. She couldn't figure out I was Mion.
Please, turn yourself in.
Rina spoke to Mion.
We'll go with you. We'll never leave a friend by herself.
Yeah, crying children and Rina are the only things I can't beat. Too bad, Rina. I've won. I'm well aware of how serious my own crimes are. Even if they accept me turning myself in, I'll probably never be able to come back here. So, I'd like you to hear one last selfish request.
What is it?
30 minutes is fine. Just let me have some time alone with Kei-chan. Keiichi looks startled to suddenly hear his name. You're so insensitive, Keiichi. That's what made my sister cry.
Keiichi-kun, is that okay with you? If you don't want to, then I won't make you.
She's right. It's okay if you don't want to. After all, I'm a demon. And Kei-chan is a bona fide human who moved here from somewhere else. For us to be compatible, as long as Oyashiro-sama doesn't exist to mediate, it simply isn't possible. Keiichi hesitated a little.
See, now she's back to Keiichi. Cause she
She's back to Kei-chan again.
schizo.
Come on, Kei-chan. Condemn me.
So when it's the demon talking, it's Keiichi. When it's Shion talking, it's Kei-chan.
Sure.
I mean, that's about what it is. Well, because anytime it's...
He broke his back again.
Anytime it's been Kei-chan, it's Shion. And then when she's speaking like through the demon, and thinking through the demon, it's Keiichi.
Sure.
So it's like Keiichi. And it's like, oh, Kei-chan. I love you, Kei-chan.
Come on, Kei-chan. Condemn me. Condemn me and tell me you'd never go.
Based. Sure. It's fine.
Thank you. Fool!
I'd like to thank you too, Keiichi-kun.
Rina stood up. As promised, she made to leave. It's fine, Rina. You can wait right here. I just want to go around the garden with Kei-chan. If you're bored, you can go to my room. You can read any manga you like. And if there's any volumes you want, you might as well take them.
I don't want to. Mi-chan's books belong to Mi-chan. Rina couldn't possibly bring them back home with her so freely.
So if I killed the con group, right?
Yeah.
And you and who's your Rina?
I shoot you on sight.
Who's your Rina in this situation?
Who's my Rena?
Yeah.
I don't have a Rena. What do you mean?
Just absolute goon that pulls up with you.
Who's the goon that pulls up with me to confront you?
Who do you think I don't end up killing?
Sean.
So you and Sean sit down in my room, and I go through the Mion monologue, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, I just want to have 30 minutes with Tyler. Just my last 30 minutes of being a free man.
Uh-huh.
What are you doing?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
The cops are already in the room.
He came in with them.
Uh-huh. You fucking asshole. What are you fucking thinking? What's wrong with you? If you want to tell me why it happened, you can tell me in court. You can tell me there. You can tell me from across the glass. Right before you get your injection.
Kind of based. Cringe, but also kind of based. Tyler, you think if I killed the whole con group, I wouldn't have a good reason?
No.
You don't think I would? Crime of passion? Damn.
No.
That's unfortunate.
You're not. don't know. You're not a fucking Shion or Mion or.
You don't think I'd
Shmion.
have like a good reason to do it?
Shion doesn't have a good reason to do it.
I'd have a better reason than her.
No, you wouldn't.
What?
Trying to come up with a reason?
I could.
For what reason? How?
I killed Chad because he bought shitty cigars that one year. That's a better reason than Shion.
True. It is a better reason than Shion.
I'm just saying, man.
Shitty cigars and ends your life every time.
Yeah. You wouldn't?
I killed Brooklyn just for saying that. I just whatever you drink is fine. It just get you drunk. It's like, fucking what a.
I would.
I really wanted to. I said it as the way I said it was like that's a really college way of thinking. But what I meant was that's
woman.
that's a real woman way of thinking of. Well, because what I heard that exact line like not too long ago, and the guy's response to it was like, yeah, that's a white woman's way of thinking about alcohol.
I would look at Brooklyn and go, Brooklyn.
Got that.
Yeah. I'd look at Brooklyn and go, Brooklyn, come here. She'd come over here and I go, I have something important to tell you. Just wait.
Uh-huh.
And then I like look down and do that and get down on one knee
Uh-huh.
and look her in the eyes and go,
Uh-huh.
Femcel. And then I stab her in the throat.
You're like reaching down to your fucking
No,
shoe.
I reach down to here, you know. It's like I
It's
act
in your
like it's
pocket.
in my pocket.
You start reaching into your pocket and actually
Yeah, and like when I look up, I go, Brooklyn, I just, you know, you fucking femcel, and then stab her in the throat as I'm saying it. Would you kill me for that?
Would I kill you for that?
Yeah.
Why would I kill you for that?
Look at that. I could kill Brooklyn. Tyler would let me get away with it. The rest,
No, I
of, the,
wouldn't.
the rest
Are
of the
you-
con group pushing it too far. Brooklyn,
That's not true. That's not what I said.
would
I'm
you
done.
give me?
I'm
Would
done
you
with
give me
this
30
fucking-
minutes?
Would I give you 30? No.
What if I killed Michael?
You killed Michael? What? He's a good boy. Why would you kill Michael?
Easy.
Oh my god. You would get shot on sight again. In Brooklyn, you get arrested. I would call the cops, but you killed Michael. Why the fuck? You're dead. You're done. It's over.
What if I kill Cameron?
Why was?
Would you give me
Listen,
30
I
minutes?
am obligated.
He's morally and blood obligated. Is there any scenario where you would give me 30 minutes?
I mean, Ryan, I guess, but that's like the easy answer. I'd be like, what? I mean, understandable, but dude, what are you thinking?
If I killed Dylan, would you give me 5?
Sure, maybe. Maybe Dylan on 5.
It'd be funny.
I'd be like, what the fuck? What's wrong with you?
Because you think it's a bit.
I would just walk into the room, Dylan's on the ground bleeding, and you got a knife in your hand. I'd be like, why? What the fuck did I walk into? And be like, wait, I could explain. And I'd hear your explanation, and then I'd say, you're fucking retarded, and call the cops anyway.
I can't believe Tyler wouldn't give me 30 minutes, man. What's the point? Why are we friends? You're telling me if I killed all of the people that we know, you wouldn't give me 30 minutes?
No!
So mean. He's so selfish.
I'm so selfish.
You are selfish. Not even giving me 30 minutes, man.
You're such a good kid. Only
Would
at
you
times like this.
Give me 30
Yes.
Who wouldn't you give me 30 minutes for?
No one.
Really?
Yes.
Liar?
I'm not lying.
You're lying.
I'm not.
You are.
You could literally kill Crystal in front of me. I would give you an hour for that.
To explain myself.
I would give you 2 times the normal rate. I'm serious. I'm not kidding.
Times the normal rate. Yeah.
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 I would just be so enthralled.
Into like, what was your thought process? Just go through every single thought that went through your head to make this decision, right?
My first question was why wouldn't you let me do it first?
Hey, Connor, I'm gonna kill Crystal. You want to help? And then
Yes.
I continue, like, it sounds like a joke up until, like, okay, you ready? And you're like,
Yeah.
yeah?
And then,
And then I do it, and you're like, okay. I wasn't expecting that.
and that's how it goes down. And I give you like an hour. I'm like, all right, man, preach your case. What you got for me?
Uh-huh.
There's not a single person I would not give you half an hour for.
For Mom?
Nah, give you half an hour.
Damn. Crazy.
I give you half an hour for anybody. You kill my dog? Different story. It's a fucking dog,
I'm
man.
not killing a fucking dog. Are you kidding me?
That's what I'm saying. That's why you don't get time. If you killed a whole ass like human, yeah, you get half an hour. What?
This man.
Am I like a monster for that?
I don't know. I don't care.
He's morally judging me, man.
Am I? Do you think
I
that's
think
what's
so.
happening here?
Is he taking notes?
I'm taking nothing.
You gonna write down, I can kill anyone and Conor would give me half an hour?
Remember?
Remember Higurashi, Meakashi, second to last chapter.
If I ever need to kill anybody, Connor's my guy
Yeah,
to help me with
I'll give
it.
you half an hour. Plead your case. You fucking Saul Goodman me? Maybe I'll help out.
I took Rena's head and rubbed it like Satoshi-kun used to do to me.
Okay, let's go. Oh,
Okay, let's go.
Counter-Strike?
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's go, Kei-chan. The game was over. Too bad, Rena. At least this was more fun than if Kei-chan came alone. If he did, he could have asked me to run away with him after hearing my stories. Rena's eyes were like those of a judge. In those eyes, I sensed both affection and observance. I said 30 minutes, so she would probably only wait for 30 minutes. If I even took a second longer, she called Oishi. I'm a little disappointed. Rena still thinks I'm Mion. She didn't manage to see through me. I thought someone like her would see the demon in me. I guess I was wrong. Too bad.
Little does Shion know Rena saw right through her literally immediately and is doing this for Shion's own ego.
Interesting.
That's my fanon.
Keiichi followed me after putting his shoes on. Can I hold your arm? Such a humble request.
I don't mind.
I took Keiichi's arm. It was as warm as Satoshi-kun's. I felt a little bewildered. Do you get kind of nervous with your arm through mine? You're not thinking, for example, that I'd suddenly put you in a world-class joint lock or anything.
You two say the same things. I don't think that at all.
He was remembering the time I'd held his arm in town.
That's cuz it was the same person.
Good. I think Shion liked you, Kei-chan.
I see.
I told him how my sister felt. Shion was with Satoshi-kun for a long time, but what they had was friendship. They never had anything more than that. That was why she fell in love with Keiichi. If I were in her position, I would have also fallen in love with him. If Shion was able to fall in love with him, then I could fall in love with him too. Keiichi smiled gently. I almost saw Satoshi-kun in that smile. The Keiichi I knew was worthless and superficial. I never realized he could smile like Satoshi-kun.
So mean. For no reason.
Mion's Shion type motherfucker that she like draws Satoshi-kun's face on a paper bag with crayon and puts it over Keiichi's head.
Yeah.
Mion and Shion, you got along well, didn't you?
Well, I wonder. Kei-chan, do you think your right and left hand get along?
Huh? My right and left hand. I don't think you could describe them as getting along or not.
That's how our relationship is. You can't measure it by how well we get along. We'd been together since we were born. We'd been living in this world as a pair, but I was Mion and she was Shion. Mion was treated specially, and I insisted on being her. Of course, that was unpleasant for Shion. Deciding to be fair, we switched places all the time. We were probably different from other identical twins. We didn't only like the same things or do things the same way, we even managed to share our knowledge and experiences. When we talked about our experiences, we could share them. As Mion and Shion, we shared everything. That's why each of us was both Mion and Shion at the same time. No, maybe Shion was the only one who thought that way. I was a little different than that. I was simply letting Shion be Mion once in a while. I was Mion, the successor of the Sonozaki family. I was supposed to be treated specially. I always thought that was my privilege. Just like everyone tried to distinguish between Mion and Shion, I also tried to distinguish between us. I still don't know which one is Mion and which one is Shion, man.
Yeah?
I don't fucking know.
You need me to recap it?
I don't know which one originally was which. Because I think the person...
This one was originally Mion.
This one was originally Mion. As in...
When they went to give her the tattoo, they had swapped. So OG Shion got the Mion tattoo. So now OG Shion is now Mion. No, OG Mion now is Shion. And now she's just swapping them back. Do you need a visual aid? He's getting up.
I gotta think about that. I was right.
About what?
The demon being inherently passed down through the Sonozaki twins. Because I got fucked up.
Inherited?
Yeah. Because I got fucked up when she threw bitch in jail and she was like, "You are Shion," and bitch was like, "Yeah." And then I got fucked up because I was like, "Oh, the back tattoo. This one has to be Shion because she doesn't have the back tattoo." I didn't realize that they swapped places.
That's what that
Yeah.
thing about the lobster was.
Yeah.
Snapper. Lobster snap? I don't remember. That's what the fucking meal she was talking about. I never had it before.
Yeah.
You knew.
The red snapper, yeah.
The red snapper. You knew this was going to happen, so you swapped with me. You knew. So I'm taking Mion back. I'm taking it back.
She
I'm
was
Mion.
talking-
You're Shion.
She was talking about it because of Satoshi. Because it was brought up in the context of, like, she didn't save Satoshi or whatever, right?
Yeah. Well, she was, well, she was like going on about how Mion could have saved Satoshi.
Yeah.
If I were Mion, I would have saved Satoshi.
Yeah.
I actually am Mion because I was originally Mion, so
Yeah.
I'm taking Mion back.
Yeah. I just thought that was brain rot, brain break, mental break. I didn't put any weight in taking that actually seriously.
No, she's actually.
I have so much to think about. Hold on.
I guess we're.
After that, me being a Shion simp means I picked the right one from the beginning.
By technicality, yes.
I'm right. But by realism, I am a Mion simp. You should have told me Mion's the best girl in the game.
I don't even know what you're saying.
So that means I'm calling them by their actual names. So that means the girl that goes to school in Hinamizawa is Shion.
Yeah. She is the younger.
So Shion is in love with Keiichi.
Mm-hmm.
Shion is best friends with Rena, Keiichi, Sadako, and Rika.
Mm-hmm.
Shion was good friends with Satoshi.
Mm-hmm.
And Mion was in love with Satoshi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mion is the head of... No. Mion should have been the head of the Sonozakis, the successor.
Yeah. But that's Shion now.
Which she was never cut out to do.
Yeah, she was never supposed to do it.
But she didn't have the demon. So she was never cut out for that job.
She didn't have the demon in her name, no. It's not that difficult.
No, that's... I just... Oh, kid.
What's going on? What's up?
My heart aches. Oh, Shion.
So, Mion never had
Oh,
hands wrapped around her neck
Shion, my
to
man.
strangle her, right? So whenever Shion, present day Shion, is talking about how they wrapped, even wrapped her hands around my neck to strangle me, it's not even her. It was her sister. And she's acting like it was her. Which is strange.
She's just LARPing as a victim. So that people feel bad for her.
They got swapped. They were... And that really tells you why their personalities are the way they are, doesn't it, too? Why Mion's such a, good person. And Shion isn't. It's because Mion was born into the lesser role, but accidentally got into the leader role. So she grew up. She grew up as Shion, right?
I feel
And then they got swapped, and now
nothing but pain for Shion. The saddest character written in Higurashi.
she's one of the best characters in the game. Yeah, I like her a lot. There's facts about her that I can't say until we finish this fucking game. This entire story. There's the way Ryukishi talks about. I'm gonna call her Mion because that's how they're known.
That's fine.
Mion is she's easily best girl. Mion literally did nothing wrong. She's done nothing wrong ever in her entire life. What's that image? I've done literally nothing wrong my entire life. I know that, and I love you.
It just hurts.
Yeah?
It's just pain.
And they got swapped. And Mion had all these friends. The club and... think about it. If they didn't get swapped, you think there'd be a club?
No.
There would be a club. They would, Shion wouldn't think of making a fucking club to play games. It's not her character at all. She just fucking hang out with Satoshi all the time.
Yeah. And probably beat up Sadako more.
Maybe.
Man, I was hoping that wasn't true. My heart hurts. I don't want to play anymore. I want to curl up in a ball and be sad. I don't want to play this game anymore, man.
We're almost done. Not much longer, buddy. Let's get through it.
For example, one of your hands is dominant, so there always will be a better hand. If you only had one oven mitt, you would put it on your dominant hand without thinking, right? I think maybe it was like that for us. That doesn't mean, though, that anyone would be okay with losing their left hand. It's that kind of unexplainable relationship. I think that maybe you live too close together and just stop being able to see it, but I think that means you get along really well. I'm an only child, so the day before the festival, I was really jealous of you when you and Shion were messing around with each other. I think you're jealous of something that doesn't exist. Yes, we twins used to have a lot of fun trading places with each other, but now that we have such distinctly different personalities, our resemblance only gets in the way. As an older sister, I felt I was mean for thinking that way, so as a punishment I became Shion. Who am I? I never had a solid identity in the first place. I was Mion, then I was Shion. I should have just accepted that, but something has changed. I don't even know if I'm Mion or Shion anymore. Had I really been stupid enough to hope that Rina would figure that out for me? Shion is still alive.
Really?
Keiichi looked into my eyes. I nodded quietly. Yeah. I'd been thinking to give her the most horrible death of all, so I kept her locked up. I never did think of any good way to do it, though. This was a lie. I'd already come up with ideas, and I'd already begun to execute them. I dumped the hag into the well in front of Shion. I dumped Kimiyoshi and Rika in there. I even killed Sadako, too. And right now, I'm plotting to kill Keiichi, who Shion fell in love with. I am a demon. Any such gruesome act is simply pleasure to me. That's why when I felt a warm hand rubbing my head, it wasn't Satoshi's hand but Keiichi's. Keiichi and Satoshi-kun are totally different. Why did Shion fall in love with him? His rough hand didn't make me happy. That he understood my feelings was just my imagination. I wasn't happy and it didn't feel good. It didn't. Come with me. I want you to see all of my sins. Although, Kei-chan, it might be the worst thing you've ever seen. I'm going to commit my final crime. I'm going to let you see. I'm going to let Shion see it. When I do, are you still going to think I'm your best friend? Poor Shion. Kei-chan is going to die thinking it's you who's killing him. If you want to turn back now, now's your chance. I don't know what impression you have of me on Sonozaki, but it will surely change once you go inside.
It'll never change. I'll say it as many times as I need to. Mion Sonozaki is the best friend I could ever have.
You are such a fool. You don't sound cool at all. I don't understand human feelings because I'm now a demon, but I think I can understand why she loves you. I open the iron door to the underground storehouse and beckon Keiichi inside. Come on, Keiichi. This is obviously a trap, don't you see? This basement is transparently suspicious. Don't you think you should run to the police? But Keiichi was reckless. He swallowed, then stepped inside. Huh. You really are a fool. We went down the stairs to the basement and I led him into the torture room. Everyone is shocked their first time visiting the room. I used to be that way. Of course Keiichi looked surprised too, but he was trying not to show it. Obviously he wanted to express his shock at this horrifying room, but he also knew that if he voiced this shock, he would be rejecting his best friend, who was trying to confess her sins to him. So he did everything he could to stifle his surprise. According to something a family head from long time ago wrote, blood splatter has impact, despite the fact it doesn't tax the sacrifice. Watanagashi was meant as a deterrent after all. My ancestors thought up all different kinds of showy torture. That's a space for the audience. Watanagashi is a deterrence after all. It wouldn't make sense if there were no guests. Keiichi smiled quietly as he listened to me. No matter what cruelty came out of my mouth, he would embrace me. Was this really the superficial Keiichi Maebara I knew? Right here is where I killed everyone. There were no spectators to watch me, but I held a Watanagashi of my own. Well, perhaps there was one spectator.
Huh? A spectator?
Me. I. The demon who was watching the entire time Mion held the ceremony. I started to laugh. How many hints do you need, Keiichi? When are you going to figure out I'm not really your best friend? Come on, hurry up. You're running out of time. The game is almost over. This was a game. This was a game of murder. I had killed people using my revenge for Satoshi-kun as an excuse. The demon was trying to capture Keiichi and kill him before Mion's eyes. But Keiichi had a chance. If he figured out I wasn't his best friend, then he'd win. If not, he was out. When did I come up with that rule? I guess it was sometime today. Or did I come up with it just a minute ago? Since the two of them aren't too bright, I decided to be easy on them, I guess. You are Mion's best friend, right? Don't you believe in her? Have you already made Mion into a murderer within yourself? Why don't you try and protect the Mion within you? Why don't you try and believe your friend can't be a murderer? If you could believe until the very end, like Sadako did, you would have realized that I wasn't Mion, your best friend, and just someone who looks like her. But if you can't, if you still believe that I'm Mion, then you're just like me. I killed the Satoshi-kun within me so easily, and you will do the same. You don't deserve to live. Back there is the prison. Is Shion there? You're not going to make it. Once we reach Shion's cell, your time is up. The demon will win. Shion! Is that Shion? Kei-chan? Is that you, Kei-chan? Keiichi ran to the cell. Are you alright, Shion? Are you hurt? No. Shion. Ooh. Shion screamed. I was standing right behind Keiichi. It was time. My preparations to kill the boy she loved were complete. For her, this was going to be the worst possible torture. Calm down, Shion. Everything is over now. Everything. Keiichi tried to quell Shion's distress by talking to her in a calm voice. It was such a funny sight. Keiichi was the only one who had no idea what's going on. I like to believe, headcanon, Keiichi 100% knows what's going on. It's not true.
No, we've seen this perspective. He has no idea what the fuck is happening.
Keiichi knows what's going on. And he's just being a Chad.
Yeah.
And stalling time.
Just be smart. If he did that, maybe.
Could you imagine the reality where Keiichi plays for time longer and gets Oishi down here before she does any fuck shit? Or where at least the police are here immediately? Shion.
The biggest hint to, like, for Watanagashi about who was who in this is coming up here.
Hey, yo.
You know what it is, right?
No.
You'll see.
I've been trying so hard to figure out the difference between the two, and I just can't. I'm sure there's inflections in the way they talk and act and all that shit, right? But, like, I don't know what the biggest hint is. Is it the gun?
No.
Oh.
Wait, what do you mean by gun?
The stun gun.
Coming up here, yeah. This is the biggest hint.
Yeah. Why already? I talked about that earlier.
But at the end of the game, like, yeah.
Is that why her sprite has the gun? No. Is that not actually it?
No.
Damn it.
It's the.
When is the gun gonna be relevant, man?
It's never relevant.
What do you mean? Why is it in the game?
Actually, you know what? It'll be relevant next chapter.
We get next chapter. It'll be relevant next chapter. It's relevant Numineko, isn't it?
The gun?
Yeah.
Check out his gun.
Mion's gun in Higurashi.
Yeah, check out his gun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shion, how have you been?
Enough tangents. Oh my god.
Don't look at me.
Wasn't even looking at you.
No more, please. No more. I don't want to see anyone else die. If you hate me, then just kill me already. I'm the one you hate most, right? Kill me. Kill me right now. Sis. Calm down, Shion. It's all over now. It's going to be alright, so calm down. Relax. I won't kill you. No, I won't kill you just yet. It's game over. I gave you enough chances. You cornered me quite well once, but that was it. You couldn't figure out that I'm not your best friend, Mion. You couldn't believe that Mion isn't a murderer. Yeah. Please stop. Don't kill Kei-chan. Kei-chan has nothing to do with this, does he? If you're gonna kill someone, then kill me right now. I don't want anybody else to die. If you want to die that badly, then after I've killed this man, I'll take my time making mincemeat out of you. In accordance with the ancient rites, I'll do it slowly, starting with your extremities. I'll shave you down and mince you to bits. I've had that mincing machine set up specifically for you after all. Or would it be funnier if I were to mince up Kei-chan in front of you?
Keiichi.
Lol. Hey, quit it already. What do you gain by scaring her at this point? No! Kei-chan, run away! Here you are, demon. Go ahead and take my soul.
Yeah.
I've been living my life to avenge Satoshi-kun, but that wasn't what he wanted from me. That was just for my own satisfaction. I couldn't even face Satoshi-kun, so I'll bring this to an end the way I want. The world became a total mess. Satoshi-kun hates me and I hate myself too. I wonder why. I'm going to complete my revenge. I don't want anyone to sympathize with me. I won't pretend to be some tragic heroine either.
Yeah? Sympathizing with a little Shion here, Mian, Shion, Mian, Shion.
I'm gonna become a murderer that nobody can sympathize with. So please, grant a suitable final moment to me.
She's my Ted Bundy.
Okay.
Thoughts?
Strange.
Like the doctor?
No.
Oh.
It's weird.
A bluish-white flash filled the huge cave. Keiichi fell down like a doll.
That's like the big hint. That is like, it's not. I don't know. I think it is a hint that it's not Mion. It's actually Shion because of the stun gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but we talked about that before. We talked about that like way at the start.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like a new.
No. No, I just mean like when in Watanagashi, when Keiichi gets hit by the stun gun, that's like.
You're like, oh.
You know what's
it's
fucked
Shion.
up? You know what's fucked up in the anime?
Yeah.
So she hits him with a rock. And then she's like, why would you give away that reveal? Why would you get rid of that reveal? Like, why?
Come on, man. Yeah, no. And that is as soon as. Because I think I said something too when we got to the point where Shion has the stun gun. You figure it out. I was like, holy shit, that was her that stunned Keiichi. Which means Mion was in the cage.
Yeah.
Shion reached out to him from the other side of the bars. She screamed at me not to kill Keiichi. Go ahead, cry and blame me. Don't even think of offering your forgiveness. I am the most rotten existence in this world, so please grant me the worst possible ending. Shion the type of motherfucker that picks the bad choice on purpose in every single game.
Uh-huh.
Shion begged me desperately to let Keiichi go. I simply abused her, slandered her, and disgraced her.
And you ask her, and she just goes like, I mean, it's kind of fun, isn't it? Just to see.
The more Shion
Okay, you
suffered,
fucking psychopath.
the deeper I'd fall into hell.
Definitely a Legion player. For sure.
Sure.
Shion would hate the NCR.
It wasn't enough.
Well, Legion.
Yeah. You know, I know a Legion player.
Who that? Yourself?
Crystal is a
Yeah.
die-hard
Legion
Legion
loser.
enjoyer.
Fucking Christ.
I am a make as much money as I can off the strip independent enjoyer. Because fuck taxes.
Why'd you kill President Kimball? You try to make me pay taxes. Understandable.
Yeah, that's me, man. Fuck the NCR. I don't want to pay taxes.
It wasn't enough. It wasn't even close to deep enough. It wasn't deep enough to compensate for my sins. I dragged Keiichi to the table that I tried to put Sadako on and restrained him there. Keiichi began to move sluggishly. The stun gun must have not worked too well on him. Can you hear it, Shion? I'm gonna get started now. Savor Kei-chan's fresh screams to your heart's content. Based Keiichi. Give it a fucking rest. Keiichi squeezed out those words. He sounded good. Like he was about to bite me. Awake at last, are we? I lied before, you know. About having wanted to give Shion the most miserable death of all, but locking her up because I hadn't thought of a good way yet. That was a lie. I smiled as I laid out the huge nails and hammers specifically made for the nail table. I'll let her hear the screams of all those people that died because of her, and after they've soaked into her very soul, then I'll kill her. I've got pretty good taste, huh?
I love that Keiichi calls her a LARPer. You know?
Yeah?
Who are you?
What do you mean? When?
Right now.
Right now?
Huh? I'm Mion. Mion Sonozaki.
Not Mion, you're a demon.
Yeah. He calls her a LARPer. It's like, you're fucking...
That's an interesting way of
You're
interpreting it.
LARPing, dude. Have you lost your mind from fear?
No, you're not. There's no way you could be Mion Sonozaki.
I stopped moving. Kei-chan? Shit. I decided the naming game would be over once we reached Shion's cell. Therefore, even if he guessed this time, it would be too late. Oh well. Sure. I'll listen to you.
And this is where Keiichi chads it out by just playing the mental game for the whole time until Oishi shows up.
Yeah.
This is your last chance. I see. Then if I'm not Mion, who am I? Come on, Kei-chan. Guess who I am. Why don't you try and save Mion, the girl who fell in love with you?
A demon.
Huh?
You're not Mion. Mion was just here. Give her back.
Kei-chan, is your brain really doing okay? You're not going crazy with fear.
Don't touch me, you damn demon. Give her back. Give Mion back. My best friend. Give Mion back.
I listened to him with a blank expression.
Keiichi, I know it's nonsense to demand Mion's return when she's right in front of me, but this person in front of me can't possibly be Mion. I can't accept that.
That's great. So I'm not Mion or Shion. He doesn't even see me as my sister. No, wait, that's not it. Keiichi protected the Mion in his heart until the end. He didn't accept the fact that Mion was a murderer. And not just that either. He protected that Shion in his heart as well. He didn't conclude that if Mion wasn't a murderer, then it must have been Shion. To Keiichi, Shion was someone who always made fun of Mion, but that was it. It wasn't like they'd known each other for a long time, but Keiichi protected her. He protected Shion from being a murderer. So that's why I'm a demon, and not Mion or Shion, huh? A demon, huh? A demon. That's stupid. But isn't that just right on the money? Kei-chan, are you trying to drown me in my own tears? However, Keiichi didn't back off. He kept screaming. He screamed loudly so that I could hear his voice even when I was stuck inside the demon.
You can do it, Mion. Don't lose to this piece of shit demon. You're strong. Show me how strong you are.
Surely he isn't talking to me knowing that I'm the real Mion, right? He's just confusing us again. There's no reason to let my heart be disturbed by Keiichi's screams towards Mion.
Yeah, no reason. No reason.
Smiley. Come on, Mion. Mion. Why did you lose to a demon like this? You're not that weak, are you? Don't give up. Fight. Fight.
He's right. I didn't fight back. How did he know? How did he know I didn't fight back? I lost to the demon. After all, I'm weak. I'm not strong enough to defeat the demon. Even so, Keiichi continued to talk to Mion. His voice had become hoarse and he had begun sobbing. He kept mumbling, Mion, Mion, Kei-chan. This may not be something pleasant to take to the grave with you, but you really do seem to want to know, so I'll tell you one thing. A long time ago, the demon came to live inside me. It was gnawing at my heart, trying to spur to violence, but I suppressed it with my reason. The demon had become quiet, and I got to thinking it had gone away somewhere. As it turned out, I was wrong. It hadn't left, it was just sleeping inside of me. That was the truth. When I learned about Satoshi-kun's disappearance, my weak soul couldn't take the sadness, and anger filled me to the brim. But the insanity had stopped there. Time had healed me, and embraced me with memories of Satoshi-kun. The demon woke up again due to a certain small opportunity. what do you think that opportunity was? It was such a little thing. This might be strange for me, a demon, to say, but you're the reason that everything got so messed up. A tear rolled down my cheek. At the time, if you had given me that doll you got, without hesitation, maybe everything wouldn't have gotten so twisted. You probably can't understand. I wouldn't expect you to. But you see, all sorts of things started falling over like dominoes after that, and soon it was too much for me to control. It only makes sense that you wouldn't be aware of knocking over the first one since it was so small, but you're the one who set them up. If Kei-chan hadn't done something so insensitive, Shion wouldn't have cried. Shion cried and talked to me about it. That had reminded me of Satoshi-kun. I became jealous of her having someone she loved so close to her. It was a very small jealousy, but that little feeling woke up the demon who was sleeping deep inside me. After that, I just let the demon take over. The demon ate up all of the sadness from my loss of Satoshi-kun, and filled my heart with the notion of revenge, even though I knew that wouldn't make Satoshi-kun happy. Then, the scary incidents that followed dragged me to hell, from where... I thought I read that line. From whence there was no escape. That can't be, can it? It only makes sense that you wouldn't be aware of it. Even so, Kei-chan, you are without a doubt the cause. If you had nonchalantly given me the doll that day, then I don't think this would have happened. Was I simply transferring the blame to Keiichi? Such a tiny thing woke up the demon inside of me. The demon would have woken up eventually. I was at fault. I didn't fight back. I let the demon live in my soul, and I let the demon possess me. Keiichi didn't hide his tears. They were pouring down his cheeks. Maybe he was crying in my place, since I'd become a demon and couldn't cry of my own will. Can I start now, then? This method of torture is very simple. I'll nail one of these into the first joint of your left pinky finger. Then I'll nail each one in order until I get to your thumb. And then I'll go back to your pinky finger and nail one into the joint in the middle. So on, until I hammer 15 nails into your left hand. With that over, I'll do your right hand next. After that, if you're still conscious, I'll tell you. There are a lot of nerves bundled in your fingertips, so it hurts far more than you could imagine. Some people apparently pass out before you finish hammering 30 nails into their hands, so... I put a nail to Keiichi's left pinky. Once I hit it with a huge hammer, it would start, and it would be over. I didn't hesitate at all when I was torturing the others, but somehow I do when it's you. If this will satisfy your demon, Mion. If it will sate the demon, then do to me what you will. I didn't understand what he just said, so I tried to repeat his words in my head. Are you serious? Compared to how much I hurt Mion, this is nothing, right? Do as much as you want. In exchange, promise me 2 things. After you're satisfied with causing me pain, forgive Shion. She's been punished enough to make up for her crimes of sneaking into the storehouse, hasn't she? You. After all this, you still care about Shion more than yourself. I am Mion Sonozaki. So why are my eyes growing so damp when hearing Keiichi show concern for Shion? The other thing is that when you've had your fill, you disappear. Give that body back to Mion. That's all. You know, Are you not even considering possibly begging for your life or anything? Can I ask you to promise 3 things instead of 2? The third is to leave me alive. Based Keiichi. You said 2 in the beginning, didn't you? So you can't have any more. That's a shame. Even in this situation, Keiichi and I joked around and laughed. And then I knew. I knew why Shion had fallen in love with him. He's different from Satoshi-kun, but he's a good guy. I probably won't keep these promises, understand? I'm a demon after all. I guess there's nothing I can do then. Keiichi smiled, then closed his eyes. Kei-chan, I'll agree to just the third thing, okay? Huh? Your first wish, to save Shion. That's not possible. The demon will kill her. It's already been decided, so I can't stop it. So please give up on that. I stroked Keiichi's chin. As for your second wish, to give this body back to Mion, that won't happen either. After today, Mion will never come back. From today on, even if my body remains, it will be just a shell, because the demon has taken it over. That isn't true. Mion is Mion. Don't say such sad things. Like that she won't ever come back. Can you hear it? That sound. I'd been hearing a noise. I knew what it had to be. Bang, bang, bang. A dull sound was repeating in a regular rhythm. It was accompanied by a light tremor. People were trying to force open the iron door to the underground storehouse. You're late, so Rina probably called Oishi. That spaced-out girl being so quick-thinking was the one thing I didn't anticipate. I'll agree with you there. Really? I wonder how much Kei-chan really knows about Rina. Rina Ryugu. I won this time. Rina couldn't figure out who I was until the end. Or maybe she did. Rina didn't seem confused about whether I was Mion or Shion. Perhaps Rina could tell Mion and Shion apart through her sense of smell. She was good at that kind of thing. No way. I'm overestimating her. I brought out my stun gun so Keiichi could see the sparks. You've probably never seen one before, right? It's a real stun gun. It's illegally modified and its power has increased quite a bit. Was that what you hit me with before? That's not a toy children should be playing with, you know. You're right. Bang. They must have broken the first door. The path was complicated, but there was no other door except for the one to this torture room. I won't kill you, but I will have you go to sleep for a bit, Kei-chan. Oishi will be here soon. This will only hurt a bit. Keiichi bit down and smiled bitterly. I paused, hesitating a little. Keiichi opened his eyes to see what was wrong. I'm sorry for disgracing Mion. I made a promise before coming in here. Whatever happens, the Mion inside my heart won't change. Look, forget about that. If you ever see me after today, don't come near me. By then, it will be the demon that inherited my corpse. Buzz.
Bzzz.
Keiichi fell unconscious. I locked the door to the torture room. I locked the door to the huge cave, too. That should give me some time. Shion, come on out. I opened the cell and told Shion to leave it. She was crying. You asked me to let Kei-chan go, so I did. He's out cold because of the stun gun. The police should be here soon, so they'll set him free. Thank you. Thank you. Oh. You still have something more to do. Shion has to escape from here. I took Shion to the cell with the hidden passage. Before that, I'll give Mion back to you. Take those clothes off. We're switching again. Here, the rubber band from your hair. Shion had no idea what was going on, but she changed her clothes as I ordered her to. I gave her the flashlight and she hung it around her neck. You go first. Find the hidden escape route at the bottom of the well. The light from the flashlight wasn't entirely enough to illuminate the path down. Nobody in their right mind would want to descend that well. But Shion obeyed and timidly climbed down the ladder. When she had passed entirely below the rim of the well, I brought out my stun gun and put it to Shion's head. Shion understood the meaning of that. Sis. Oh. Sis. Oh. Mion. Sis. I didn't kill Kei-chan just as you wanted. You told me I could kill you instead, didn't you? I'm going to keep our promise. Shion's hands and feet were clinging to a very unstable ladder, so there was no way she could protect herself. She was in a critical situation. You, who looks like Mion, needs to fall into the bottom of the well and die. I look like Shion. Kei-chan will testify that I'm the victim. I'll wait in the cell for the police to get here. I'm sure they'll eventually figure out the truth from our fingerprints. But by the time they get that far, I'll be hiding somewhere else. Pretty good, huh? Are you killing me? No. Mion. Fuck. It's hard, man. Mion, are you killing me out of revenge for Satoshi? If you know that much, you should have been prepared. Go, apologize to Satoshi-kun at the bottom of the well. Sis, Satoshi isn't at the bottom of the well. Huh? Didn't you say the bodies get dumped down here? All I said was that if he was killed at the Sonozaki house, this is where his body would be. What are you telling me now? Can't you be a little clearer? I also liked Satoshi. Yeah, I'm sure. I liked him after all. I was very sad when Satoshi-kun disappeared, so I looked into things. And? I interrogated Granny. I even thought about throttling her. Then she told me. She said she was only telling me as the successor, so I had to keep it a secret. What she said was something hard to believe. The hag said to Shion, the Sonozaki family had nothing to do with the disappearance of Satoshi-kun. Rin is evil. No, Reek is evil.
Yeah, it's Rika.
I'm keeping Rena on the board.
Rena, too?
If my gut told me to say Rena is evil, it's not a slip of the tongue.
Yeah. Well.
So it's a Ryugu
Is it?
or a Furude
Is it? Does it have to be a Ryugu or Furude?
or an Irie. No, he loves Satoshi. He wouldn't do that. I wouldn't think. Maybe he did. He's evil.
I fully expect you to call bullshit on this. I didn't think you would believe him. Believe her.
What?
Believe me on.
That's climbing down the well?
Yeah.
100% I believe Mion.
I fully
Are you
expected
kidding
you
me?
to call bullshit.
No.
This is part of my low IQ shit here, too.
No, fuck no. In the situation Mion is in, what does she have to gain?
Exactly. That's where I would have gone with it. I was like,
Yeah.
why would she lie here?
Why would she lie here?
Uh-huh. Exactly.
This is insane. I'm so glad I waited to make the corkboard until after Meakashi. Everything has just shifted. The whole board shifted. Shion couldn't understand, so she asked again. The Sonozaki family held a lot of influence in the underworld because of our dad's connection. In fact, they used such illegal measures during the dam conflicts. Therefore, people just assumed... Fuck off. Therefore, people just assumed the Sonozaki family had pulled the strings when the dam construction incident took place. Even the hag laughed meaningfully and said suspicious things, so everyone believed she was the mastermind. But it was all a performance. It was a hoax by the Sonozaki family head. It was just a bluff. The family took credit for the incidents to make it look like they were pulling the strings. With the influence they already had, this bluff was very believable. Therefore, people thought of the Sonozaki family as the one that had deep connections in the underworld, and they were capable of producing any sort of conspiracy. People had believed that since the dam conflict. Oreo just smiled at things she had nothing to do with, as if she was pulling the strings. When the relatives saw that, they became fearful of Oreo's power. When the dam construction site manager was killed, Oreo smiled meaningfully. When the relatives saw that, they assumed Oreo was behind it. When the Hojo couple fell off a cliff. When the Furude couple died violently. When Satoshi's aunt died and Satoshi-kun disappeared, the hag just smiled meaningfully.
There's one more. thing that they took credit for?
That gets listed or that's coming up or that I'm trying to think of?
That I don't think it gets listed. That is relevant.
I mean, they took credit for running the families, right?
Running families?
Running the 3 families.
Not what I mean. Like an incident that occurred.
Yeah, the kidnapping of the grandkid.
Mm-hmm. So if they never kidnapped the kid, who did? If they just took credit for kidnapping the kid, who did? Who actually?
Well, the
did?
dudes that I almost said one of them was Australian because I remembered the Aussie accent we gave him.
Did we give him a? I don't.
Yeah,
maybe
we
you
did.
have an Aussie accent
We
because
did,
I
yeah.
don't.
He got an Aussie accent. They were both old as shit, right?
Older men, yeah. Yeah. What's up?
I'm just saying. I ain't saying.
What you saying?
I'm just saying.
What you saying?
I mean,
The perverts? What are you saying?
there's a certain group of older men that have a religious, devout belief in the village.
Okay.
For one particular child that is the reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama. And that would walk through hell for her.
You really? Yeah.
I'm getting gaslit on the Rika's evil train. I never liked her from the start of the game. My gut is always right. I'm just saying. I ain't saying. I'm just saying. Older men, all the elders in the village have devout dedication to Rika. Could also be the Kimiyoshis. That's, you know.
The Kimiyoshis.
Yeah. That's fine. I'm blaming Rika for right now. That's my current target. I don't think I'm out of line with that thinking.
I mean, sure. But Rika's the one that gets killed, so who kills Rika? Do you think
That's the part
do you
that's
think
weird.
the kidnapping
Yeah,
and
that's
the
the part I'm
Rika,
trying
do you
to
think
figure out.
the kidnapping and Rika getting killed are related?
No shot.
Not at all.
I mean, sure, they're related, I'm sure, to some point, but I don't think that they're the same people.
The kidnapping was to get the dam to stop, right?
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, it was to get the dam to stop. Rika wouldn't have been around that long ago because the Furude family was still a thing. No, because Rika would have been around, so her parents easily could have, like,
Yeah, her
motivated the
parents-
people to kidnap them because she's the reincarnation of Oyashiro-sama.
But so who her parents? Her dad was known as a.
Her ma, probably.
So her mom, we got her. Her mom's. You think that's hypochondriac ass? It's not, not at all. But like,
I'm sure the Furude family isn't the exact lead, but that's what I have right now. I'll tell you this. There's one hearsayer in Hinamizawa village. I don't know who it is yet.
hearsayer,
Yeah. There's a heretic.
a heretic.
There is a filthy fucking heretic in this village, and I don't know who it is yet. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I think it's pretty obvious.
I mean, it's EDA, right?
I think it's pretty obvious.
You've played the game, man.
I know, but that's. I think it's pretty obvious. Do you think
Satoshi.
Tomatake's death is related to anything that happens?
I really...
Because if Tomatake's
Tomatake shows up to the village
because
every year to take
Tomatake and
pictures.
Takano's death is supposed to be related to
The Dam Project? If implying it follows the previous thing. So
it's supposed to be
I'm gonna tell you this.
yeah
I have to think about this. I can't
another
throw you anything.
year
right
another year in the
now. Yeah. I would have to think
and
about
we
this.
know you gotta take everything into account because
Yeah.
when Rika gets killed
That's what I'm saying.
a gas attack happens.
I need this. I need to corkboard this. Because the fact that the Sonozakis are not involved, like, literally rewrites my entire corkboard, so I have a lot of different connections to make. So you're not going to be able to get anything out of me right now. I can tell you that for a fact. It is very interesting. It shakes up the entire fucking table.
I 100% thought you would just call bullshit here I was so expecting that.
No.
Everyone believed the Sonozaki family was behind all those incidents. That's a lie. Are you trying to tell me that the Sonozaki family had nothing to do with any of it? How could I believe that? I don't think Granny would lie. Especially about Satoshi-kun's disappearance, since she said she knew nothing about it. Plus, Granny approved of the relationship between Satoshi-kun and you, remember? You ripped your nails off so she would forgive everything. No, that's a lie. Don't try to fool me. Then who made Satoshi-kun disappear? Who? That, I don't know. But it wasn't the Sonozaki family. It wasn't Granny.
You have to come up with an explanation for literally everything, because your explanation for the past literally everything was the Sonozaki family.
I know. That's why I'm saying the entire board just got shifted.
You remember
so
when
you need to give me a minute to like recalculate.
Remember when I
rethink.
said this game tells you who it's not?
Yeah. And that's fine. I'm okay with my board getting rearranged, but I have to redo my entire fucking board, man.
I was so expecting to just call bullshit on that too. That's crazy.
You know the curse system, right? The hag didn't need to give What?
Give the command.
Oh, this is Shion, for sure.
You know the curse system, right? The hag didn't need to give the command for Satoshi-kun to be attacked. All she had to do was look concerned, and then someone else would take care of it. That was the system. Shion couldn't say anything in response. Even if the hag had forgiven him personally, as long as he was the object of a curse, the executioner would follow him forever. Granny told me that she had tried to find out who was actually behind this curse of Oyashiro-sama for a long time, but she couldn't. Everyone believed it was someone in the village, but she couldn't find out who it was. She couldn't find out? Then why did the curse take place every year? Isn't it weird? But there wasn't anyone. There really wasn't. I told you that Rika Furude tried to attack me earlier with a syringe, didn't I? How do you explain that? She wasn't just acting out of desperation like a cornered rat. She came over to my house and attacked me with a bottle of pepper spray and a syringe. I bet Tomatake Flash was killed with the same stuff. That, I don't know. I can't believe Rika-chan would do something like that. I'm the one who saw how she died, and I still can't believe it. What a completely abnormal way to go.
Feels like they're talking normally again, doesn't it? A little bit?
Oh, 100%.
But imagine if the story was about them trying to find the secret, but instead of Shion going around killing everybody. That'd have been interesting, right? Just a thought. Just every time I see this scene, it's like, what if things hadn't been the way they are?
Yeah. And I mean, I assume you're not trying to say them talking normally is like out of character here.
No,
Okay.
no. This is just
No, agreed.
it's purely
The buddy cop movie that we could have had of Shion and Mion and Keiichi taking on the entirety of Hinamizawa
yeah.
with all the Sonozaki's resources and working with their grandma to like figure out what the fuck was going on, who was behind Oyashiro.
The fucking detective mystery that'd be cool with Shion and Mion. Rest in peace.
Would have been a great timeline. Headcanon timeline.
I don't think Shion and the hag are lying. That would mean the hag wasn't in as much control as we thought she was, though. She didn't know anything about the scary drug, or if the Furude family...
Also, here's a thing to think about. Where did she get this theory from?
That's fair. The just kind of general village, Oishi.
Was it Oishi?
Takano.
I think it was, like, when she was taking notes, I think it was Takano, right?
Yeah. It was Takano and Tomatake. Because everyone thinks that the Furude family runs...
Tomatake just tolerates
Yeah.
Takano's bullshit.
Yeah. Well, no, because everyone thinks that the Sonozakis run everything because they take credit for everything. So any outside opinion is going to be that the Sonozakis are behind everything.
She didn't know anything about the scary drug or if the Furude family was the one executing the curse. If the Sonozaki family had nothing to do with it, then who made the series of mysterious deaths possible? Was it just a coincidence that something happened 5 years in a row on the night of the Watanagashi? That's impossible. A human must have made it happen. And it was all decided somewhere the Sonozaki family wasn't aware of.
But I was right.
What's
Because
that?
I talked about it being Hot Fuzz.
Yeah.
And then there being a weird inner, like, section religious cult that's, like, even further than the normal people. That's what's happening.
Yeah. Where's the evidence of it?
That's what they're talking about.
That's what Shion's talking about. That's what the theory.
The evidence is Granny not knowing a fucking goddamn thing about the curse happening.
Uh-huh. Neither does the Kimiyoshis.
Yeah. We're back to one small child I never liked.
The Kimiyoshi family didn't know anything.
I can't wait. Because for the answer X, I'm just going to be putting notes throughout. I'm going to be putting text on the screen being like, talking about my thoughts during this.
Kimiyoshi believed the Sonozaki family was behind it. Was it the Furude family? With Rika's behavior and the elderly people who believed in her so blindly, the words that came out of my mouth earlier, did some kind of power exist around the Furude family that created the curse? No way. The Furude couple themselves were victim of it.
Right.
How could a little girl like Rika possess a power stronger than that of the Sonozaki family?
Right.
No way, it's just impossible. In other words, I had killed the heads of all three families and was trying to bring an end to the whole thing. As a result of misunderstandings.
All as a result.
All as a result of misunderstandings about the dark secret of Hinamizawa. Then what about my revenge? Did I kill all the wrong people? People who had nothing to do with Satoshi-kun's disappearance at all. That's good, Shion. You're still trying to turn the tables on me, huh? Sis, believe me, I'm not your enemy. I really am not. Please, believe me, sis. Shion begged with tears in her eyes. That would have affected me if I was still Shion's sister, but I don't feel anything anymore, because I'm a demon. I'll be done once I kill you, Shion. I've already decided that. If I don't finish it up, what would my existence be for? What about the life I devoted to revenge for Satoshi-kun? How dare she tell me all this nonsense to confuse me at the very end? If what she said was the truth, then what I'd done wasn't revenge. It was just the curse of the 5th year. Shion, if you truly are innocent, you can go to heaven. Apologize to Satoshi-kun for me. Zappers.
Buy me on.
Goodbye, Mion. Goodbye, the real Shion. A bluish-white spark lit up the darkness, and Shion disappeared into the well. Please apologize to Satoshi-kun in heaven. I can't, since I won't be going there. Instead, I'm going deep into hell. Jumping into this well would be too simple an atonement for what I've done. Until I find a perfect way to end my life, I'm going to live, as best I can. The thing Satoshi told her to do.
Whoa.
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 There's a lot to think on here, huh?
I'm so ready to write about this chapter.
I'm so ready to read it.
What about the tits? Don't
Oh,
hit
we gotta
stop.
do
I
the
wanna
tips!
Tits, man.
$1.99.
I'm so ready.
Shocking it.
Fuck you, Ryukishi. I'm so ready to make dinner.
Me too. I'm so hungry.
I'm so hungry, man.
Shion Sonozaki's last confession is dubious. Did the hag convince her that the Sonozaki family had nothing to do with it? Or is that the truth? In my own investigations so far, I've proven there are aspects of the curse which can't be explained by the Sonozaki family alone, so my notes were all bogus from the beginning. These 200 pages are full of bullshit. I thought of burning this notebook, but I won't do it. This notebook proves my guilt. I won't distort the facts. I won't burn it. After all, my life was only a notebook long. I wonder if anybody will read this. If somebody does, please let them learn something from my stupidity. The series of mysterious deaths in Hinamizawa, dubbed Oyashiro-sama's curse. If you're reading this, please find the truth. That's my only wish.
There it is again.
1983-0601, time 1100, Mion Sonozaki. Everyone dies and then writes, figure out the truth in Hinamizawa, this is my only wish.